Hi. Hi everyone, I'm Mohit Ahuja from notedisability.org and once again we are back, and this time I bring you a surprise. The surprise is not in this video, it is not in a link, it is not in a place that you need to go to. It is where you are, in your homes. The surprise is in your houses. You must be wondering what I'm talking about. Well, a lot of time these parents come to me, different parents from across the country, they come talk to me, and many times they tell me that we are surprised that the kid is doing so much. We are surprised, we never thought that our kid could do such great photography, or could be such a great cook, or could be such a great painter. There could be 100 things the kid could be, and the parents never expected that. The reason behind that? The reason behind that is actually the society. It is all of us. Every time a challenged kid comes into this world, we put a paper on that, we put a label, whether it's Down syndrome, autism, ADHD, could be 100 labels, could be Asperger's, could be cerebral palsy. There could be 100 labels that we put. But the one thing we need to do, which we don't, is we forget that this person is also a human and they also can do a lot of things like any other human can do. And what that does to every parent every new parent, every old parent because my own parents are there and I can tell you this, with all these years of conditioning by the society, they have now come to believe that there is only so much that Neeru, my sister, can do. There is only so much that these kids can do. But that is not the truth. The truth is that they can do a lot more, and it will only happen when we start giving them opportunities. So we need to bring that belief back. Belief has taken a back seat when the society has told us this cannot be done, that cannot be done. बच्चे से बस इतना ही expect करना, बच्चे से बस time pass कराना, all of that. Put that all into the dustbin. Write all the things today. When you see this video, write down all the things the society has told you. Burn that paper at the end of it, or put it in the dustbin and tell yourself that this is not what your kid is. The kid is not being raised by the society, it is being raised by you, and you need to believe in your kid. So when you let belief come back into the picture, when belief is not taking a backseat, you will realize that your kid can do a lot. And for that matter, just remember your childhood. You remember how एक पेंसिल को हम लोग रॉकेट बना देते थे. We never even thought what is the technology that goes behind it. There were 100 possibilities, there were 1,000 possibilities we used to have in our childhood. But as we grow up, we have been conditioned to think and train our brains into the fact that this cannot be done. Don't do this. If you're an engineer, you cannot be creative. If you're creative, you cannot be a pilot. But then when you look at it, it is all of that combined. The people who are succeeding are doing everything, anything to get there. And if our kids want to do that, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So we need to just remember that impossibility is a myth. Unless it is something which is, I would not even say skydiving, because skydiving is possible. There's everything that is possible. You just need to remember that. My teacher in college told me once that, so there was this scene, I was sitting in my college and I asked my teacher that, sir, can I be a photojournalist if I want to? So here's me, an advertising student who is wanting to be a copywriter and at the same time dreams of riding bikes and shooting pictures, and has borrowed a friend's camera to shoot pictures. And I'm randomly sitting there with Ramesh Menon sir, my teacher, and I asked him, sir, can I be a rocket scientist if you want to? So there's this little chap, Ramesh Menon sir, who's sitting munching on his food, and he says, Mohit, you can be a rocket scientist if you want to. That one statement has changed my life, and now I want everybody else to start thinking like that, because that one statement is the belief that we all need in our kids. Had that man not said that to me back then, I would not be doing what I'm doing now. So all of the parents, all the siblings, all the superhumans watching this, each and every person watching this, start believing in things you can do. There is no right age to do things, there is no right time. The right time is now. All the parents, we keep thinking that maybe the kid is too young, I can't do it. Maybe the kid is too old. At this age, my kid is, say, 44. At 44, with Down syndrome, with cerebral palsy, with Cruzen syndrome like my sister, there are 100 challenges, and should I even try something new with my kid? The bad news here, which is also the good news by the way, is that वक्त तो निकल रहा है मेरे दोस्त. Time is passing away, right? Every day you will only grow older, your kid will only grow older. So you have to start right now. There is not going to be another tomorrow. You have to start right now, start believing in your kid, and just try. Don't worry about what the society will say, because at the end of it, the society is not the one bringing up your kid. And then even if you think it matters to you, let me give you the good news here, is that everybody is going to die at the end of it. So whoever wants to judge you, let them judge you. It doesn't make a difference. Let them say 100 good or bad things about you. They are all going to die. We are all going to die. So that is also the good news, because how does it matter? Even if you fail, the ones who've made millionaires, the ones who've been big successes, the ones who are a big growth story, they've all died. So we are all getting there any which way. Why don't we still believe? Let our kids live a respectful, happy life and do it. And here's another thing I just remembered, that I had once met the cricketing legend Sachin Tendulkar. And I was talking to him and I was like, how did you always just perform? Like, there were bad days, there were times when you got out on a duck. And he said, Mohit, you know what? The beauty and the duty I had towards my country was that I remembered every time I went on the field that even if I've scored a ton number of centuries, I still have to start from zero. And that is another inspiration for you right there. So don't worry about if your kid had a bad day yesterday or did great yesterday and today is having a bad day. It doesn't matter. The point is that you have to start from zero every day. We wake up from sunrise every day. It always starts from dark and goes back to dark. So you always start from scratch every day. So why not let our kids also do that? So don't stop believing in them. Let them do what they want, what they like. And someday, like Sachin, yeah, just like that. Someday somebody will cheer them on and then you will be surprised. So let that surprise come your way. Don't stop believing in your kids. Surprise yourself, surprise the kids, surprise the world around you and the society that tells you that your kid cannot do something. Trust me, they will be the ones to say, hey, we did not believe this kid would do that. And that would be our winning streak. And that is the win I'm talking about here. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for subscribing to nodisability.org YouTube channel. Please share this with anybody and everybody you think would be worth it. Anybody who think you cares. We are trying to change lives here. And we're already winning. We have 400 plus subscribers. We are looking at 1,000 subscribers. And it's about the number of lives we are changing, and we will eventually get there. देर सवेर हो जाएगा. Thank you.